Hello and welcome to Team E presentation. First of all, I would like to acknowledge that Royal Roads University and its campus is located on the traditional lands of Squamalt and Sanglis who have lived here for thousands of years. In this presentation, we will give you an overview of the current issues in the hospitality sector. Later, we will discuss our initiatives, starting from the general internal and external analysis of the hotel and our leadership style. We will then talk about the structure and processes required, followed by operational initiatives from employees' and customers' point of view, and close the presentation with a conclusion. Over to you, Laksuda.
Apart from the COVID-19 pandemic and its related issues, the team has come up with the following current issues facing the hospitality sector. Most of them are interrelated and hence causing a ripple effect. Due to economic inflation, the hospitality sector is dealing with rising food costs, commodities, wage costs, and labor shortage. Coming to labor shortage, most of us here come from a hospitality background or work in an accommodation property. We all are surely experiencing the effect of the labor shortage. Other employees are forced to work overtime, higher operating costs, reduced profit, inability to compete with other properties, inferior customer service, and the list goes on. The high cost of rate services. People are not willing to travel due to the highest price of tourism activities. This also includes flight tickets and room rates. The Russia and Ukraine tension. We are all aware of how the oil and gas prices are going up, affecting the aviation industry and causing a high increase in flight tickets. For this reason, fewer tourists travel, or instead they travel only if required. This was just a brief summary of the current issues happening in the hospitality and tourism sector. Based on the current travel trends and issues, we have come up with several initiatives to increase the profitability and productivity of hotels starting at the strategic and management level.
Analyzing the current internal situation of the hotel makes it possible to identify any misalignments or gaps between the cultural levels that need to be addressed to better plan for a change, which is especially useful in international environments and various subcultures. The two useful tools are Shine 3-level model, which includes artifacts or what customers can see, spouts values or what the hotel announces as values, and basic assumptions or how things are done in the hotel. The identified gaps between these levels can be the basis of change plan for the next step. For example, if a hotel is promoting quality services for all guests as values, do the guests really feel and see that? And do employees really believe in that? If not, something should change to align these 3 levels. The second tool is organizational cultural assessment, which takes about 15 minutes to be completed by employees in order to determine the current and preferred culture from their perception. The gap between the two indicates the change we need to consider while engaging all members. After the internal analysis, managers also need an external analysis, as we live in a world where things are changing rapidly. The best ideas and solutions to solve the hotel's problems may come from outside. This search also helps identify the hotel's driving and restraining forces and to know if it's better to outsource some tasks. The valuable tools for this aim include benchmarking, which compares business processes and performance metrics to industry's best practices. And with PESTLE, with which we analyze the macro environment of the hotel, especially with the significant impact of political and economical factors, as explained earlier by Laksuda. Based on the analysis performed earlier, the leaders need to further define goals, leadership style, and an innovation process. Defining goals and objective. At this stage, the goals will be defined to clarify what needs to be changed. Having an easy-to-understand and updated vision and mission statement and goals will help the teams to align themselves to the overall objective of the hotel. Using exemplary leadership. In a VUCA word, the exemplary leadership style, which consists of 5 practices as you can see on this slide, can lead to constant improvement in hotels, which lead to productivity and profitability. Model the way is when leaders are themselves the models for the required change. Inspire a shared vision, which results mainly by creating transparency, a sense of belonging, and motivation in employees. Challenging the process and routines, which makes room for constant improvement. Enable others to act, especially in terms of employee empowerment and involvement. And lastly, encouraging the hearts as well as the minds, which only happens when employees are satisfied and inspired and feel proud about the hotel values. At last, design thinking. By focusing on customers' demands, ideating new solutions, prototyping and testing them, hotels could increase innovation even more. Our ideas in the next slides in structure and process and operation are based on the previous analysis and selected management style to increase customer satisfaction. Pradip will further elaborate on the structure and processes.
Design is an effective tool that enhances the building's attractive appeal and creates an ambience and environment that facilitate teamwork, communication, and business creativity. Like open plan offices where all employees work on the same floor in the same open space, making it easy to communicate and collaborate. Similarly, a live kitchen concept is widely used in hotels and restaurants where the food is prepared in front of the guests, providing a unique experience. According to Wang, the major design trend in coming years are hyperlocal design that includes local artists and retailer in hotel design aspect, indoor meets outdoor, and experiential social spaces. Data science and machine learning. Almost all industries use software and applications built under data science and machine learning platforms. These applications help organizations to analyze vast data to perform more efficiently and predict future business conditions. For example, many hotels use application tools such as SiteMinder, Cloudbits, and Oracle to manage their revenues and inventory optimization by providing dynamic daily rates according to occupancy and demand. Furthermore, revenue management has evolved into revenue opportunity model, which monitors the effectiveness of inventory control and analyzes the effect of revenue management decisions. The data provided helps create market segmentation and competitor analysis. Moreover, most of these applications use a customer-focused approach that tracks customers' purchase trend and targets promotion based on understanding customer response to prior offer, increasing conversion and productivity. Evaluation. To maintain the continuous improvements of product and services, hotel must have a practical evaluation process. Evaluation tools such as guest feedback and reviews helps the property measure the quality of product and services. Many hotel chains often use mysteries to evaluate the guest experience on the property. In addition to finding the issues and shortcomings, these evaluation processes also help find the trend and opportunities for the product and services. Hence, it is critical to integrate the evaluation aspect into the product and service delivery process so they can improve continuously. Knowledge base. A proper process to learn, build, and manage the organization knowledge develops core competencies. For example, weekly problem-solving meetings could highlight current problems faced by the organization. Monthly meetings are often used to brainstorm new ideas or update the progress of KPI target, which helps the team stay on the track to achieve its goal. In addition, weekly and monthly meeting keeps communication flow on all levels of employees and develop a sense of inclusion and responsibility. Collaboration tools like Alice and Trello can help organizations keep track of work progress. Furthermore, many organizations use internal collaboration tool, database, and documentation of training materials available on mobile apps and online site, which helps the communication flow and circulate the information. The team has come up with few options on how to implement some strategies from the employees and client points of view to increase profitability and overall productivity.
This part is mostly concerned with the operations side of the hotel sector. First one is recruitment and selection. Based on the recent relaxation in public health orders, the hotels are seeing quite an additional increase in staffing demands in order to respond in today's travel demand surge. Therefore, recruitment and selection should be selected as the first focus area. Coming to training, because of the pandemic, training can be implemented in three sections. The first one is training the employees on the company's procedures and core values. Paid orientation and providing employees with a manual is a must. The second part of training is training employees on change. Employees need to be constantly trained on new changes, updated procedures, and technology operations, if any. Cross-training is a good option as well. I remember at my previous job, depending on seasonality, some full-time working receptionists were cross-trained in either the restaurant or housekeeping to give them their hours so that casuals or outsourcing are not required. This does not only help the property manage their costs, but also makes those employees multi-skilled. Lastly, hospitality involves a lot of international market. In an international environment, it is important to teach the employees about the culture and expectation of their main target markets and key clients. Moving to empowering employees, I will use my personal experience to relate. At my previous job, even though there is a line of hierarchy, but being a front desk team leader, I was able to make decisions on the spot for either the benefit of the hotel or the satisfaction of the guest. Of course, there will be a debrief with the front office manager afterwards, but this definitely built your self-esteem as well. Coming to recognition of employees, this could start by providing clear and constructive feedback on a regular basis to the employees. Another way of recognition is providing annual commission or bonus to the employees. When the team and I were discussing about this, I was very surprised that it does not happen in Canada. Back in Australia, every year employees would receive an annual bonus or commission based on their performances and the hotel profit as a whole. I believe this is a very good incentive for the employees. Last one is having a risk control system overseen by the team leader is essential so that mistakes are not repeated and the other employees can learn from them. Emmanuel will further explain the operational initiative with a focus on customers.
Most guests need personalized services that is tailored to their individual needs and preferences. With this regard, the hotel needs to collect guest preferences. This data can be added in guest profiles and can be used in the future. Part of an effective service in a hotel is guest recognition. The extra special touch the employees strive to achieve makes the guests feel at home and welcome. Every person has a name, and that's what sets us apart. It is good to have a good and robust customer relation management software to effectively run the hotel. This is critical to achieving more profitable operations through target markets and deeper relations with the guest. Offering a free upgrade whenever possible is always appreciated through guest lenses. This varies from hotel to hotel. In order to qualify for a free upgrade, some hotel guests have to book directly at the hotel and not through third parties. To conclude, a good hiring process should be implemented to get the right employees with the right talents for the right jobs. Creating customer-focused and experienced employees is critical for the success of the establishment. Not only you need to have a good hiring process, but also make every effort to train your employees. Hotels that trains their employees are more likely to retain their customers. Hotel also needs to empower their employees. This enables them to make control and be responsible and feel committed to satisfy guest needs. Make the employees also feel part of the organization by making sure their effort is recognized. Employee recognition makes them feel special and understood as long as they have reached their potential. It is also advisable as a hotel to work together with the destination marketing organizations because they're the backbone of a tourist destination. Lastly, for a hotel to thrive, good relations with the local is critical. Not only connecting with the locals is profitable, but it is an ethical move. Thank you for your attention to our presentation. We'll be happy to answer your questions.